Good afternoon, everybody. Spokane Steve here, back with you once again for a game of Strat-O-Matic Baseball 1966 replay. We've got a good one coming back here. We've got the Giants at the Dodgers. And in 1966, there was no better show in town. Two named pitchers on the mound as well today. Juan Marichal for the Giants, Don Drysdale for the Dodgers. For Marichal, you can see his real-life stats there. Let's see what he's done in the replay. For both pitchers, this will be their 8th start of the season. In 7 starts, Marichal 3 complete games, 2 of them shutouts. 4-3 record belies how well he's pitched. A 2.65 ERA, 54 innings of work. Same for Drysdale. He's made 7 starts, 3-1 with a 3.35 ERA, 54 innings of work. So both of these pitchers have been workhorses for their respective clubs. Giants come in underachieving with a 13-18 record. Dodgers at 20-11, just a half a game behind the Pirates in the National League standings. And I'm pleased to announce this is the first of 6 days in a row where I'll have a regular 1:30 game. Franklin had to settle for nosebleeds today. Yeah, I'll bet it did pack the house. Let's take a look at it. Holy crap, you're right, Franklin. 53,561 on hand on a Tuesday night game. Frank Lindsay calling the balls and strikes. So how's it going, Franklin? How have you been? Okay, let's get you the Giants batting order. We'll get this one underway. For San Francisco, Tito Fuentes will lead off and play second base. Jesus Alou in right field hits second. Willie McCovey back in the lineup at first. He's in the 3 spot. Willie Mays in the cleanup spot in center. Jim Ray Hart, the third baseman, will bat 5th. Tom Haller, the catcher, 6th. Len Gabrielson gets the start in left field today. He'll bat 7th, with Hal Lanier, the shortstop, hitting 8th, and the pitcher Marichal hitting 9th. Both with good hitting pitchers today. Both teams, I should say. Defensively, the Dodgers will have John Roseborough doing the catching. Wes Parker's at first. Lefevre and Wills up the middle, with Jim Gilliam down at third, and the outfield left to right of Johnson, Willie Davis, and Fairley. With that being said, we're ready to go here. It's been a while since I've rolled a game. Feels almost a little bit weird, but in a good way. Here's Tito Fuentes to start things off, the switch hitter batting left-handed against Drysdale. Tito comes into the game 13 for 65. That's an even 200. 1 homer, 7 RBIs. The right-hander into the stretch. Here's the pitch now. It's a 210 righty. Foul ball right side. Wes Parker. He's got it, and we're underway here. Thanks for joining me today. Here's Jesus Alou now. Alou hitting just 176 so far. No homers, 5 RBIs, so a rather rough start for Jesus. Drysdale gets the side. Here's the pitch now. It's a 6-12 righty, and he loses him, ball 4. A 1-out walk to Jesus Alou. Alou with good speed, a star 15 stealer. Let's check the Dodger battery. Drysdale a +1. Roseborough with a cannon, however, a -3 arm. That's a -2 total, and that makes Alou a 13. Dodgers will not hold him, with McCovey and Mays due up. And hello, Mike. I got rid of my relatives. Well, not officially. You know, my cousin flies out tonight on a red eye. I'm actually going to go over there this afternoon and say one last goodbye. I'll take Mookie with me. He needs a road trip today. So here's Willie McCovey. McCovey back in the lineup. Comes into the game hitting .296, 7 home runs, 14 RBIs. Drysdale working from a stretch. The pitch to Willie McCovey. He's a 6'7" left-handed. That's a grounder to second base X. That could be 2. It's Lefevre. Lefevre a 3E17. As he ranges up the middle, here's the play. On a 5, he's got it to Wills for 1. On to first for the double play. 4-6-3-X, side retired. After a half an inning of play, San Francisco nothing, Los Angeles coming to bat. And greetings to Frank, and thank you very much. Appreciate that, Frank. As I said earlier, I'll have through Friday we'll have regular games at 1:30. Then we'll be winging it again as my uncle and his wife arrive Friday evening. I'm not sure of the exact length of their stay yet, but I expect it to be 5 or 6 days. Well, on the other hand, Frank, none of them were staying with me, so I would go over to my cousins to do the visiting. I feel sorry for my cousin Ann, really. I mean, well, I shouldn't say feel sorry, but I mean, she's been doing all the entertaining, her and her husband, so they've been doing all the work, basically. I've just been enjoying the company. As Marichal gets warm here, let's give you the Dodger lineup. It's going to be Maury Wills at short leading off, Jim Gilliam at third base in the 2 spot, Willie Davis bats third and plays center, Fairley in right field in the cleanup spot. Jim Lefevre at second base bats 5th. Lou Johnson in left 6th. John Roseborough behind the plate hits 7th. Wes Parker down to the 8th spot at first base, and Drysdale, the pitcher, hits 9th. The Giants defensively have Tom Haller doing the catching. McCovey's at first. Fuentes and Lanier up the middle with Jim Hart down at third, and the outfield left to right of Gabrielson, Mays, and Olu. Yeah, honestly, Frank, I don't have the space for it. That's the problem. I wouldn't mind. Is Ben here? That's a good question. Call goes out for Ben. Ben, who has been off all week on vacation. Well, maybe Ben decided to do something fun for the weekend. So here's Wills. Maury comes into the game batting .296. No homers, just 3 RBIs, but 24 runs scored, really more indicative of his job in the batting order. Switch hitter batting left as Marichal set that big leg kick. And here's the pitch. It's a 3-6 base hit into right field, and Wills is aboard to start things off here in the first. And when Maury Wills gets on, first thing you think of is stolen base, right? Wills a star 15. Let's check the San Francisco battery. Marichal a 0. Haller a 0. They'll be holding Maury on. That makes him a 13. And with Maury held on, Gilliam is going to attempt the hit and run. He's an A. Here's the play on a 4. Ground out, runners advance 1 base. So he grounds it to first. McCovey's only play is to Marichal covering. And Wills scoots up to second. So the hit and run moves him over. And Willie Davis will be the hitter. Davis hitting .313. No home runs, 15 RBIs, left-handed hitter. Marichal checks the runner. Now the big leg kick, and here's the pitch. It's a 1-3 right-handed ground ball to second base. That's going to move Wills over to third as Fuentes grabs it. Tosses to McCovey for the second out. Runner on third, 2 down, and Ron Fairley steps to the plate. Fairley hitting .236, 2 home runs, 17 RBIs. Marichal, a glance at Wills. Now it comes to the plate, 6-10, lets a grounder to shortstop X. That's going to be a tough play for Lanier, a 3E42. As he ranges into the hole, here's the play on a 10, that's the E rating. So we've got the roll of a 10 on an E42, and he makes a sparkling play to his feet, throws him out, and that will retire the side. So nice play by Lanier there at short. 6-3X for the Dodgers. No runs a hit, 1 left. And we are scoreless after an inning. Oh, I see. Well, thank you for that information, Frank. So Ben is in North Dakota, I believe. I could, of course, be wrong about that one. Frank's loading up. And I should add, thank you for pointing that out to me. I've been a little out of touch. I didn't even know they were having a sale. I've also been way out of touch with keeping up on real life 2024 baseball. All right, to the second inning we go. Willie Mays will start it off. Mays comes into the game batting .316, a major league leading at 12 home runs and 28 RBIs. Drysdale gets his side now. Here's the pitch. That's going to be a 1-6 right-handed. A base hit into right field. Mays inside outs it, and lines a single into right. A 15 not held without much chance of getting a lead. He's not going to attempt it. And here's Jim Ray Hart. Hart batting .303, 8 home runs, 20 RBIs. Drysdale checks the runner from the stretch. Here's the pitch to Hart now. It's going to be a 1-3 right-handed base hit into center, an open single. Mays can go to third on that, 1-17. To center, Davis a -1, 1-16. Mays rounds and heads for third. Throw goes into Wills. Dodgers cut it off and hold Hart to first. And the Giants are in business with runners at the corners and nobody out. Oh, Frank, I'm telling you. You're killing me here. Here's Tom Haller, the left-handed hitting catcher. Haller batting just .213, 3 home runs, 6 RBIs. Infield at double play depth. Drysdale gets the side. There's the pitch to Haller now on a 1-8. It's a liner right into the glove of Gilliam. Back to the bag is Mays. So a line drive out to third base, 1 away. Here's Len Gabrielson now. Gabrielson hitting just .189. He's got a pair of home runs, just 2 RBIs. Drysdale comes in there with a .410 left-handed. It's a fly ball to right and shallow. In comes Fairley, still coming, makes the catch, and the runners will have to hold on a fly ball C. So a break for the Dodgers there, a shallow fly ball to right. Mays unable to tag and score on it. And with 2 down, the batter will be Hal Lanier. Lanier comes in hitting just .167. 1 home run, 3 RBIs. Drysdale trying to get out of the jam now. Here's the pitch to Lanier. That's going to be a 4-8. Single 2 stars, and the Giants are on the board. Lanier ropes a little single into right field. Mays will score. Hart will round and hit into third. And it's 1-0 San Francisco. So Lanier with an RBI single, and here's Marichal now, right-handed hitter, of course. 4 with end power, and here's the pitch from John Drysdale. It's a 5-4 fly to center field X. Davis going back on it. Willie a 2E12, and here's the play. On a 12, that's the error rating. The rule is a 6 on an E12. This could be trouble, and it is. That's going to be a 2-base error charged to Willie Davis, and another run will score. Hart crosses the plate. They'll hold Lanier at third, and Marichal with an RBI double. No, I beg your pardon, not an RBI double. 2-base error to center, excuse me. E8, error Los Angeles. Get in the game, Steve. 2 down, second and third. And here's Fuentes again. Fuentes popped out his first time up. Lanier had very soft hands. Anywhere in the infield you could play him and you'd get great defense. The rating here at shortstop really belies his ability. Okay, Drysdale checks the runner. Now it comes into Fuentes on a 4-9 left-handed base hit into left field. That's an open single. That's going to score Lanier. Marichal can try to score. 10-12 to left. That's Johnson a 0. 1-12 with 2 outs. They're going to send him. And here's the throw to the plate. He's in there on a 12. So it's a 2-run single for Fuentes. Marichal scores to make it 4-0. And yes, the Giants get to Drysdale early. Fuentes takes second on the throw to the plate. And that's going to send John Roseboro out to the mound. As Jesus Alou steps to the plate, he walked his first time up. Okay, Roseboro rather, set now behind the plate. The pitch from Drysdale. It's going to be a 5-6 right-handed fly ball to center. Davis has it, and the slide is retired, but not before the Giants plate 4 on 4 hits. They leave a man, and they take a 4-0 lead into the bottom of the second. And while I hate to ever say a game is over in the second inning, but, if we're being honest, with Marichal on the mound, it kind of feels like it is. Marichal, of course, owns the single best game pitch so far in this replay, a 1-hit shutout in which he faced the minimum 27 batters. Carried a no-hitter late into that one. Jim Lefevre will lead off the bottom of the second for the Dodgers, hitting .294, 3 homers, 14 RBIs. Marichal into the windup now. Here's the pitch now, 110. He pops him up left side. That's Lanier. He's got it, 1 down. Here's Lou Johnson now. Johnson leading the club in batting at .316. 5 home runs and a team leading 26 RBIs, which also ranks among the league leaders. Marichal, that big leg catch. Here's the pitch to Johnson on a 3-10. It's a fly ball into right field. Lazy fly ball. Alou drifts over and puts it away for out number 2. And that'll bring up Roseboro. Oh yeah, Franklin, a huge difference in home runs. The Giants have hit 37 home runs so far compared to just 17 for the Dodgers. Roseboro at 183, 2 homers, 10 RBIs. Little slow start for Johnny. Marichal into the windup. That's going to be a 3-4 right-handed. He pops him up. Fuentes waving everyone off. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for Marichal. And he... Actually, Frank, that's in super advanced. I thought that too, but in the advanced version, no, he does not fatigue. Here's Willie McCovey to start off the third. McCovey 0 for 1 today. Drysdale staring in to get the sign. Here's the windup. Here's the pitch to McCovey. A 4-5. Fly ball to left field. Willie lofts it the other way. Johnson backing up just shy of the track, pulls it in. 1 away. And here comes Willie Mays. Mays singled to start the rally in the second. Drysdale with the pitch. That's a 4-10 right-handed. Fly ball to center shallow. Here comes Willie Davis charging in, and he's there. 2 away. And that'll bring up Jim Ray Hart, 1 for 1. Drysdale with the windup. Down the pitch to Hart. That's going to be a 1-8 right-handed. It's a grounder back to the mound. Drysdale knocks it down, picks it up, tosses to Parker, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Drysdale. So Drysdale settles down in the third. Still a mountain to climb for Los Angeles. Giants leading 4-0. Yes, sir, Frank, and I'd throw Wilbur Stargell into that category as well. Okay, bottom of the third we go. Dodgers trailing by 4. They'll send Wes Parker to the plate. Parker hitting .284, 3 homers, 11 RBIs. Switch hitter batting lefty. Marichal with the pitch. That's a 4-7 left-handed. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. The first strikeout of the ball game. Kind of surprising considering these two pitchers. Drysdale will bat here in the third. He's a 6-in. The pitch from Marichal, a 6-9, is a grounder to shortstop X. So Lanier will be tested again. 3E42, and here's the play on a 1. He's not going to get that. That's into left field for a single. So Drysdale with a base hit. 1 on, 1 out, and back to the top of the order. Mookie is at the top of the tower. Where else? Here's Morey now. He singled to lead off the first. Marichal checks the runner. Now from the stretch. Delivers to Wills on a 3-4. It's a fly ball into left field. That's playable for Gabrielson. 2 down. Well, we'll see, Frank. He doesn't appear to be in the mood to do any hexing today. But he's unpredictable, as, of course, all cats are. Here's Gilliam with 2 down. He's 0 for 1. Marichal a glance at first. Now comes to the plate, 5-12. It's a grounder to first base X. That'll be McCovey, a 3E25. And here's the roll on the play. McCovey to his right on a 17. He's got it. Underhands to Marichal covering, and that will retire the side. So 3-1X, side retired. No runs, a hit, 1 left on. We've played 3 innings. Giants 4, Dodgers nothing. He was. Yes, Stargell's a -3 in this card set. And I've seen him have -4 arms. A right fielder's arm in left, really. Yeah, he loves the cat tower. In fact, I'll take just a short break here. I'll tell you a short story. My cousin brought over a camera monitoring device called Blink. You may have heard of it. There's other similar ones, of course. I set that up and it can pretty much see the whole living room, so I can watch my living room live from my phone. So when I was over there visiting the last couple of days, I was able to keep an eye on Mookie, and he rarely strayed from the top perch of the cat tower. Okay, to the 4th inning we go. It'll be Tom Haller leading it off for the Giants. Haller lined to third his first time up. Drysdale gets the side now. Here's the windup and the pitch on a 4-8 lefty. It's a base hit into center field. Haller with a leadoff single. The 5th hit of the day for the Giants. And here's Len Gabrielson. Left-handed hitter. Good hitter, poor fielder. Pretty much his moniker throughout his career. Flew to right his first time up. Drysdale from the stretch. Comes in there with a 6-4 left-handed. That's going to be a grounder to short X. That could be 2. Will's a 3E27. Into the hole he goes. And here's the play. On a 16, he's got it. He goes to Lefevre for 1. To first, not in time. That'll be a force. So a 6-4 force erases Haller. Gabrielson at first now, not a threat to run. And here's Hal Lanier. Lanier with that big 2-out single in the second. Pitch from Drysdale. It's a 3-7 right-handed. Fly to center. Davis barely has to move and puts it away for out number 2. Here's Marichal now. Reached on an error his first time up. 4N. Both pitchers with N power in the lineup today. Pitch from Drysdale is a 1-5. It's a base hit for Marichal. It's an open single to center. Gabrielson could go to third. 14 with 2 outs, 16 minus 115. They're going to hold him up with 2 outs. No sense in getting greedy and making the third out at third. With Tito Fuentes at the plate, he'll get a shot at it. Fuentes, a switch hitter, a 2-run single in the second. He's 1 for 2 in this one. The pitch from Drysdale is a 5-7, swung on and missed, strike 3. Down goes Fuentes, and that will retire the side. So no runs, 2 hits, 2 left on. Drysdale has settled down nicely since the second, but it's still 4-0 Giants. That sounds like about 2 more than Marichal needs. Absolutely, Frank. I've said it before and it bears repeating. To me, the three legendary pitchers of this era were Marichal, Koufax, and Gibson. There were other great pitchers, don't get me wrong. But for me, anyway, those are the three guys that are truly legendary. Okay, Marichal's ready to go to work here in the bottom of the inning. Heart of the order for Los Angeles, Davis, Fairley, and Lefevre. Davis 0 for 1. Marichal gets the sign. Here it comes. 5'9" lefty. He pops him up. Fuentes squeezes it for out number 1. Here's Fairley now. Fairley grounded to short his first time up today. Marichal gets the sign. Here's the windup, and here's the pitch. It's a 5-12 left-handed, a grounder to first base X. So McCovey will be tested again. 3E25. Here's the play on an 18. He's got it. He'll take it to the bag himself. Nice play, McCovey. And quickly, there's 2 away. Jim Lefevre will be the hitter. He popped to short his first time up. Haller, the sign. Marichal, the big leg kick. 5-5 lefty, grounder down to first base. McCovey's going to do it again. Beats Lefevre to the bag. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for Marichal. We played 4 here at Dodger Stadium. It's Giants 4, Dodgers nothing. Drysdale will pitch the 5th. Drysdale didn't look long for this game back in the 2nd. But he's managed to settle down a bit. And it will be Alou, McCovey, and Mays for the Giants. Here's Alou. Alou 0 for 1 with a walk. Drysdale gets the sign. The wind-up, the pitch is a 1-8 right-handed. It's a comebacker. Drysdale has it to Parker, 1 down. And here's Willie McCovey. Willie Mack 0 for 2 in this one. Drysdale into the lineup. Here's the pitch to McCovey on a 6-2. Fly ball into right field, fairly deep. Ron Fairley backing up. Just shy of the track, hauls it in. And here's Mays now. Mays 1 for 2. Drysdale steering in now into the windup. Here's the pitch to Willie Mays on a 1-4. Grounder down to third base. Backhanded by Gilliam. Strong throw across in time to nip the speedy Mays. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for Drysdale. We're halfway through. It's 4-0 San Francisco. Hey, that's my line, Frank. Yeah, senior moment or senior appropriate memory. Johnson, Roseboro, and Parker due in the bottom of the 5th. Marichal twirling a 2-hitter so far. Johnson 0 for 1. Marichal into the wideout. Here's the pitch. That's a 2-2. Grounder to short. Into the hole is Lanier. He has it. Strong throw in time. Oh, God, yes. I'm sure we all have. Here's Roseboro now, 0 for 1. Marichal into the windup. 312 right-handed, and he hits him. Holy cow. I'm sure most of you remember there was some bad blood at one point in time with Roseboro and Marichal. What year was that? Does anybody remember? Probably one of the more famous bench-clearing brawls in baseball history, I'd have to think. Roseboro, actually a decent runner for a catcher, but no threat to steal. And here's Wes Parker. Parker struck out his first time up. Batting left-handed. Marichal out of the stretch now. The pitch to Parker is a 210 right-handed. It's a fly ball into left field. Gabrielson coming in a bit. And he's there for out number 2. Now the first real dilemma of the day. Trailing by 4. Drysdale is 7 endurance starter on this card. He's pitched 5. This is kind of that no man's land, you know what I mean? In the 4th inning, I absolutely would let him bat. In the 6th inning, I would absolutely pinch hit for him. I've always found the 5th inning to be the really tough decision. On the other hand, they need to try to get some runs. One thing the Dodgers do have is a good and deep bullpen, so we're going to pinch hit here. As much as I hate to remove starting pitchers, and you guys know that. So we're going to have a hitter for Drysdale. Kind of unrealistic, really, isn't it? But it's Strat-O-Matic, and I say unrealistic because, hell, the Dodgers used to use Drysdale as a pinch hitter. Ron Peronowski loosening. He pitched in this game in real life. Drysdale will work 5 today. Surrendered 6 hits, 4 runs. Let's see here now. Single, out, 1 single. That should have been the 3rd out. Only 1 earned run, it looks like. Walked 1. And uncharacteristically struck out only 1. We have not much of a bench here, to be honest. Al Ferrara will be the hitter. Ferrara on the season hitting just 156. 5 for 32. He does have 1 home run. Marichal checks the runner. Now comes to the plate 2-5, and Ferrara comes through with a pinch hit single into center, an open single. Roseboro will round and hold at second. No, sir, he's not going to challenge Willie Mays' arm with 2 down. And the batter will be Maury Wills. First and second, 2 down. Dodgers trying to get something going here in the 5th. Marichal trying to slam the door. Wills 1 for 2. Marichal out of the stretch. It's a 3-3 right-handed. Fly ball into right. That's playable for a Lou, and that will do it. Wills flies out to right. The Dodgers leave 2. And after 5 innings of play, 4-0 Giants. Yes, Franklin, it was, and there's even more to it than that. I'm glad you brought that up because I was going to mention that. It was 13 innings in real life. The Giants got a run in the 7th. The Dodgers tied it with a run in the bottom of the 9th and pushed across a run in the bottom of the 13th to win. Marichal worked 10 innings in that one. Drysdale worked 9. The bullpen, of course, got the decisions. Phil Regan the win, Frank Lindsay the loss. So on this day in history, they battled for 13 innings. Here comes Ron Perinoski to pitch for the Dodgers. Perinoski, the left-hander. He's been in 6 games, no record with 1 save and a 3.38 ERA. Hart, Haller, and Gabrielson do. Okay, Perinoski's ready to work now. The left-hander gets the sign from Roseboro. Here's the pitch to Hart. That's a 4-8 right-handed. A single to 4 on a 20. Stopped at first by Parker. Feeds Perinoski covering for the first out. Boy, I'd have to think so. Here's Tom Haller, 1 for 2, facing a lefty now. Perinoski comes in there with a 6-9, swung on and missed, strike 3. So Perinoski fans Haller, 2 down. And the batter will be Gabrielson. Thought a moment about taking him out, but it's a little too early for that. Len 0 for 2. Perinoski, oh, that's out, dice out of the tower. That's a foul ball. That'll be a reroll. Perinoski gets a new ball. That's going to be a 6-11 left-hander. That's a towering fly ball to right, way up there, fairly backing up on the track, waiting for it to come down, and squeezes it to retire the side. So 1-2-3 inning for Ron Perinoski. Still 4-0. Yes, sir. That's why we roll the dice. One thing Strat-O-Matic cannot do is, at least not consistently anyway, is to recreate the intensity between those two competitors, Marichal and Drysdale, in the 60s. They faced each other quite a bit. Gilliam, Davis, and Fairley do. Gilliam 0 for 2 in this one. He's grounded to first both times today. Marichal, that big leg kick. Here's the pitch. It's a 110 right-handed. It's a grounder down to third base. Little slow roller. Hart charging it on the run throws him out. So a nice play by Hart. And here's Willie Davis. Davis 0 for 2. Standing in from the left side is Marichal into the windup. Comes in with a 4-9 left-handed, a fly ball into left field. Davis lofts one the other way. Gabrielson drifts to his right and puts it away. And that'll bring up Fairley. Ron Fairley 0 for 2. That's appropriate, actually. Here's the pitch from Ron Marichal. It's going to be a 5-7 left-handed. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. 1-2-3 inning for Marichal. That is just his second strikeout today. So not a lot of strikeouts in this one. I certainly would have expected more strikeouts looking at the pitching matchup. We've played 6. It's 4-0 San Francisco. Perinoski coming out for his second inning of work. Jerry Augustine. Hey, that's a name I remember. Hal Lanier will lead off the 7th for San Francisco. Lanier 1 for 2, RBI single back in the second. The pitch from Perinoski is a 5-6 right-handed, swung on and missed, strike 3. So 2 punch-outs for Perinoski. And here's Marichal. 4 in. Here's the pitch, 4-7. That's going to be a base hit for Marichal, and Marichal's 2 for 3. So Marichal with a ground ball up the middle, it's through and into center. And he's got his second hit of the day. Good hitting pitcher. Marichal could do it all. Good fielder, too. Tito Fuentes will turn around and bat right-handed against Perinoski. Tito 1 for 3 today. Perinoski from the stretch. 1-8 left. He gets a high fly ball to deep left field. Going back is Johnson at the track, at the wall. He leaps. It's gone. Home run, Tito Fuentes. Oh, my goodness. And I'm going to have to check this, but I would almost bet you that that's his first home run of the season. Well, I would lose that bet because it's his second. His second home run. He now has 11 RBIs. Came into the game with 7 RBIs, and he's had a 4 RBI day today. That makes it 6-0. And I think we can call it a laugher at this point with Marichal. Here's a Lou, 0 for 2 with a walk. The pitch from Perinoski is a 3-6 left-handed. It's a grounder to third. Gilliam, 2 Parker. And that's the second out. And here's McCovey. McCovey 0 for 3. Left on left as Perinoski delivers. 6-8. He loses him, ball 4. And let's check it now. He's a 2 reliever. He is fatigued. Single homer and a walk in his first endurance inning. And that will be it for Perinoski. So here comes Alston. Let's see who the mop-up guy is going to be. Let me check their usage on the Dodgers here. Try to find someone who hasn't pitched much, right, in this situation. And we found him. That's going to be Jim Brewer coming on, the left-handed screwball specialist. Perinoski in 1 2/3 gave up 2 hits, 2 runs, walked 1 and struck out 2. Brewer coming on. Runner on first and Willie Mays due up. like that one. Franklin. The Giants will have to sneak out of the park tonight. And welcome to Gerald. It's all Giants today, Gerald. 6-0 now, and that 2-run homer by Tito Fuentes. Only home run of the game. Tito, who came into the game with 7 RBIs, has added 4 RBIs today to give him 11. Okay, Brewers ready to work now. Here's the pitch to Mays. That's a 1-8 left-handed, and he walks him. McCovey will take second. Back-to-back walks here by 2 different pitchers. And there's Jim Ray Hart. Yes, 6 scoreless frames and 2 for 3 himself. No doubt who the player of the game is today. Okay, here's Hart. Brewer checks the runner. Now comes to the plate 1-6. It's a little slow roller to third. Gilliam on it. On the run to Parker. He is out. 5-3. Side retired. The Giants pick up 2 big insurance runs on a 2-run blast by Tito Fuentes. They leave a pair. And it is all Giants. 6-0 as we stretch here in the 7th. Marischal's allowed only 3 singles today. Has not walked a batter. He did hit one, however. John Roseborough, no less. And it'll be Lefevre, Johnson, and the aforementioned Roseborough in the 7th. Marischal working on a dandy here. Lefevre batting left-handed, 0 for 2. The pitch from Marischal, a 2-11 right-handed. It's a high fly ball to right field. Backing up is Alou. He's at the track, at the wall. He leaps. It's over the wall. Home run, Lefevre. And the Dodgers are on the board. Let's take another look at that. 2-11, right-handed to 18. The roll is 16. It's a home run for Jim Lefevre, his 4th of the season. And that spoils the shutout. Six to 1, here's Lou Johnson. Marischal, of course, a 9 endurance starter. How about that, huh? Not surprising at all, of course, but we don't see it anymore. That's the thing. Now an S6 is a workhorse by today's standards. Here's Lou, 0 for 2. Marischal with the pitch. It's a 5-4 righty, grounder to third base X. It's a tough play for Hart, a 4E30. Here's the play. It's the E rating, the roll of a 10. On an E30, he makes a fine backhanded stab and throws him out. How about that, Jim Ray Hart? 5-3X. Nice play, Hart. And here's Roseborough. Roseborough was drilled by a pitch his last time out. Still doesn't look too happy about it as he stares in at Marischal. Marischal stares in to get the sign from Haller. There's the pitch to Roseborough. It's a 5-7, swung on and missed. Strike 3. Strikeout number 3 for Marischal. And the batter will be Wes Parker. Parker 0 for 2. Marischal gets the sign. Here's the pitch now on a 5-9 lefty. He pops him up. It's Fuentes. And that'll do it for Los Angeles. They get a run on the Lefevre homer. And through 7 now, it's 6-1 Giants. And that's their run for the week. Mookie on the tower, looking down at us. Well, he's not really looking. His eyes are closed. Here, let's take a look, shall we? There he is. His head's pointed this way, but as you can see, his eyes are closed. Man, if I slept in that position, I'd spend the following week at the chiropractor's. Jim Brewer will come out again. Howler, Gabrielson, and Lanier do. We may make a defensive switch with Gabrielson. Howler will bat, left on left. That's going to be a 2-6. Struck him out. So Howler fans for the second time today, 1 down. And we're going to make a defensive switch anyway. So we may as well bring in, well, no, Landrum's a left-handed hitter. Isn't that interesting? You know, I was going to bring in Cat Peterson. See, he's a 3 and left on his basic card, and then I flipped him over. He's a 4E6. So it's going to be Ollie Downtown Brown. Brown 2E7 -4. He'll bat here. Ollie on the season hitting just 185 and does not have a home run, surprisingly. The pitch from Brewer is a 4-6 right-handed. It's a lazy fly into center field. Willie Davis is right there to make the catch. And there's 2 away. Brown, of course, will stay in the game in left, and the batter will be Hal Lanier. Lanier 1 for 3 on the day. The pitch from Brewer is a 5-9 right-handed. That's a fly ball into right field. Lanier goes the other way with it, fairly towards the line, and he's there to make the catch for the out. A 1-2-3 inning for Jim Brewer. And welcome Jimmy Jam into the chat. I want to thank everybody for hanging out with me on this Sunday afternoon. It's been a few days since I've been on. We will have games the rest of the week. So pound that like button for me. Subscribe if you haven't already, etc., etc. Dodgers will start off with a pinch hitter in the bottom of the 8th. Marichal, of course, going for the complete game. Not much on this Dodger bench, let me tell you what. Tommy Davis will be the hitter. Tommy hitting 308, just 8 for 26, does not have a home run. Marichal into the windup now. here's the pitch to Davis. It's a 5'11" right-handed, and that is a ground ball with eyes right up the middle and into center field for a base hit. Mays gets it back in. Davis rounds and holds with a single. So Davis aboard. And we flip back to the top of the order and Maury Wills. Wills 1 for 3 today. Marichal checks the runner, now working out of the stretch. The pitch to Maury is a 1-6, single to 13. That's past a diving Lefevre. I'm sorry, a diving Fuentes. Alou on it quickly. Davis will round and hold at second. And suddenly the Dodgers have something going in the 8th. First and second, nobody out. Jim Gilliam, the batter. Gilliam 0 for 3 today. Switch hitter, batting lefty. Marichal checks the runners now. And here's the pitch on a 2-4. It's a base hit, knocked down at second by Fuentes, but he has no play, and the bases are loaded. That's going to be an infield single. And holy cow, the Dodgers suddenly threatening here in the 8th inning, and that's going to send Tom Haller out to the mound. Tommy Davis down to third, Wills to second, and the heart of the order coming up. No fatigue issues for Marichal. He's a 9. And he's got some breathing room with a score of 6-1. Marichal, he's nodding his head, basically saying, I'm fine. So Haller back behind the plate. Here's Willie Davis now, 0 for 3. That's your cue, Franklin. Bases loaded, nobody out. Willie Davis at the plate, and here's the pitch. That's going to be a 6-8 left-handed. It's a grounder to first base. That's going to be a force play. A run will score on the play. McCovey down to Lanier for 1, and that's all. 3-6 force. Gilliam erased. Tommy Davis in to score. And it's 6-2. Willie at first base with wheels. Star 17 Steeler, he'll have to be held on. That makes him a 15. He's not the tying run, so we're not going to do anything with him there. Ron Fairley, the batter. Frank Lindsay begins to throw in the Giants' pen. First and third, 1 down in a 6-2 ball game. Here's Ron Fairley. Davis being held, infield at double play depth. Here's the pitch to Ron Fairley on a 3-10. It's a comebacker. I'm going to have to check this one. Infield back, first and third. Ground ball to the pitcher, B. Other runners advance. So that's going to be a force play. A run will score. I wasn't sure about that with the pitcher. That's what it says. I'm not crazy about that, to be honest with you. .310. Grounder to the pitcher, B. Infield back. First and third. Yeah, that's what it says. Trying for the double play, I guess. So on a 1-6 force, Wills comes in to score. That'll be an RBI credited to Fairley. That, to me, I mean, it stands. That's the rules. That seems unrealistic to me that someone would score from third on a ground ball to the pitcher. But it is what it is, okay? So it's 6-3 now, 2 down, and Jim Lefevre, who homered his last at bat, at the plate. Marichal, a throw over to first, Fairley back to the bag, now set. The pitch to Jim Lefevre is a 6-3 left-handed. That's a fly ball to left field X, where Ollie Brown has been inserted for defense, a 2E7. And here's the play. On an 11, it's the E rating. It's a 6 on an E7, and he boots it for a 2-base error. Okay, let's check Gabrielson now. He's a 16. Same result if Gabrielson had still been out there. So it's an E7, an error Ollie Brown, Fairley into third. And suddenly the tying run is coming to the plate. And it's the team RBI leader, Sweet Lou Johnson. He came into the game with 26 RBIs, a .316 average, 15 doubles, 5 home runs. Haller starts out to the mound. Marichal waves him off. He says, yeah, I know what's going on here. I didn't make the error. So a crucial error by Ollie Brown that could open the door. Johnson's 0 for 3 today. Runners take their lead. Marichal comes to the plate, 3-9, swung on and missed, strike 3. And Marichal fans Johnson to get out of it. The Dodgers settle for 2. On 3 hits, they leave a pair. And we go to the 9th inning, Giants 6, Dodgers 3. Dodgers will need a new pitcher now. Marichal, Fuentes, Alou, due. Bob Miller is going to get the call. Brewer worked 1 1/3, no hits, no runs, a walk, and a K. Miller, a right-hander, comes into the game having worked in 8 games, 1-2 record with a save and a 4.5 ERA. So yes, indeed, Franklin, some late inning drama, perhaps too little too late. Marichal's get a hit. He's still up by 3. 4N. Here's the pitch from the right-handed Miller now. On a 2-12, he pops him up. Lefevre will take it, 1 down. Here's Tito Fuentes now, their most productive batter of the day. 2 for 4 with a homer and 4 RBIs. Batting lefty against Miller. Miller with the pitch, 111 right-handed. It's a single into center field for Fuentes, his 3rd hit of the afternoon. So Fuentes aboard with 1 down, and Jesus Alou will be the hitter. Alou 0 for 3 with a walk today. Miller checks the runner. Now working from the stretch. Comes in with a 210 right-handed. That's a single into left field. Back-to-back singles. Fuentes rounds 14-12. He's going to hold up 1-12. First and second one down, and here comes Willie McCovey, and the other Willie, fellow by the name of Mays, on deck. McCovey's 0 for 3 today, walked his last time up. Miller checks the runners. Now from the stretch, pitch to Willie Max, a 4-4 left-handed, a fly to center field X. Tough play for Davis, backing up now, still going back. 2E12 on an 8, he makes the catch for the out. That's 2 away, and here's Willie Mays. Mays 1 for 3 with a walk in this one. Miller staring in now. Here's the pitch. 1-6, base hit into right field. That's an open single. Fuentes can try to score on that. 14 with 2 outs, 16. Fairly a 0. They're going to send him. Here's the throw to the plate. He's out on an 18. Oh my goodness. Fairly to Lefevre to Roseboro. A perfect relay. And Fuentes is gunned down at the plate to retire the side. No runs, 3 hits in the inning. They leave a pair. Now all eyes are on Juan Marichal, going for the complete game here today. It would be his 4th if he can get it. Roseboro, Parker in the pitcher's spot, due up. Pitcher's spot, as pointed out earlier by Franklin, has been very productive today for the Dodgers. Drysdale and 2 pinch hitters. Roseboro 0 for 2 hit by a pitch in the 5th. Marichal staring in. There's the windup, the pitch. A 3-10 right-handed. He pops him up. It's Fuentes. And that's 1. Here's Wes Parker now. The glamour boy, as Jeff calls him, right? Something like that. Parker 0 for 3. Marichal gets the sign. Here's the pitch to Parker now. It's a 5-6. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. And the Dodgers are down to their last out, and they'll send up a batter for Miller. And there's not much left on this bench, let me tell you. Not much at all. Best bet is going to be Torborg. So Jeff Torborg will hit for the pitcher. Marichal looking to put it away. Torborg standing in from the right side. Marichal into the windup. And here's the pitch on a 2-4. Grounder down to third. Hart has it to McCovey, and that's the ball game. 1-2-3 ninth for Marichal, who goes the distance. 6-3 the final, and I'll have the totals for you in just a moment. Pretty boy, Parker. Thank you, Frank. That's it. Oh, and I did not know that, Franklin. Thank you. So he did some TV commercials. Okay, so Marichal, in going the distance, picks up his 5th win of the season. He's 5-3. Drysdale takes the loss. His record drops to 3-2. Marichal allowed... He was untouchable for 6, so 3 hits. Ended up allowing 7 hits. 3 runs. It looks to me like at least one of them is unearned. He did not walk a batter. He was around the plate all day. He did hit a batter. And kind of uncharacteristically, struck out just 5. Miller, in his lone inning, managed to scatter 3 hits without allowing a run, thanks to a man being thrown out at the plate. So the Giants, in winning, collect 6 runs on 11 hits, 1 error. The Dodgers 3 runs, 7 hits, 1 error. Player of the game, Hall of Famer Juan Marichal. Thanks again for joining me, gentlemen. I'm going to look ahead on the schedule here and see what's on the schedule for tomorrow. Tomorrow we will have the Chicago White Sox at the Minnesota Twins. Joe Harlan for the White Sox. Jim Cott for the Twins, 1:30 Pacific. So please join me for that. It's good to be back. I'm getting the swing of things this week. And then I have more company arriving Friday night. So to everybody, please enjoy the rest of your weekend. Happy Sunday evening to you all. Take care, and hopefully I'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now, everybody.